Hello, hello, welcome in and welcome back. I'm OK Repeat, and we are here again with Kentucky Route Zero. Do remember what day it is, don't you? What we're going to play? We're playing the infamous Act 5. You're ready for the reckoning, aren't you? If not, I'm afraid it's already far too late. I'm excited to see what happens in a town, and in any of the other cases where many questions have been raised about many people and where they've gone and why they've done what they've done and what happened after the storm. This looks like it's after the intermission. Looks like a church, maybe that's a barn actually. Sun's rising, someone's coming out to check on it all. Floodwaters perhaps going down, or... Oh no, is that a dead horse? Oh, not the horsey. Did they not escape the damage of the storm? Seemed kind of supernatural. Oh, this is part of our gang. Okay. Shannon, give me a minute. Give me just a minute. That's everything, right? Clara, how did all this fit in that truck? Clara, I'm afraid you carried more than your share. Shannon, it's bigger on the inside. Shannon, it's so bright. Clara, the sun is shining. Shannon, I think it rained. So we hear. Rained a lot, I mean. Let's redeem her a bit. Ezra, the worms are going to be out for sure. Ezra, may I use your phone, Miss Shannon? Oh, who you want to call? Shannon, shit, the battery's dead. Shannon, who are you calling? Ezra, I was gonna call Julian. Ezra, no, I thought you might have some games on there. I mean, what about Julian? I miss Julian. Clara, who's Julian? Shannon, he has a phone? We've already done that one. Shannon, long story, Ezra, my brother. Your sky brother. And then they just changed the subject. Classic. I want to know where Julian is. The last I heard, he was still at the museum, but he could be handy if we're hauling a lot of boxes or whatever it is, antiques of some sort. Clara, so where is 5 Dogwood Drive? Shan, I don't want to haul this stuff any further until we know exactly where we're going. I could relate to that. I hate hauling heavy things with no destination in mind. Ezra, I'll go scout ahead. Shen, I think I see some houses over there. Oh no, what if it got flooded out in the midst of the rain? Shen, okay, holler if you find anything. Clara, it's a nice morning for a walk, but a bit muddy. That it is. That it is. Who can we control? We are the cat! This is fantastic, following a little dragonfly. Hello. Junebug and Johnny strain to hear the noises coming from the well. Johnny, that's weird. There's that weird sleepy singing again. Johnny, like 2 people talking, but not to each other. Johnny, it's kind of reverent. A choir, maybe? Johnny, 2 songs overlapping, but the same singers in each group. Johnny shades his eyes with his hand. You think the truck's okay down there? Oh, he does one or the other. I mean, I worry about the truck. That's basically a main character in the story by this point. Junebug. Sure, I doubt any thief could get it started. Junebug, it's lost, but they don't seem to mind. Don't say it's lost. Oh. Truck senpai, I'll remember you. Zooming in. What's going on? That's a bit of an alarming sound. Is the cat meowing into the well? Cute kitty cat. You make the well sing with your pretty little voice. I wonder what this cat is up to. I wonder where Blue is. You guys remember Blue? Like this video if you remember Blue. Or don't like it, you know, but tell me in the comments what you think of Blue and where he's gone and if this cat is somehow related to his disappearance. As soon as this cat showed up, Blue went bye-bye. And that can't be a coincidence. Alert meow. A family of small mice huddle nearby. Alert meow. Can I feed the kitty cat? Are there really mice? Can I grab the mice? No, I don't think I can. I don't see where these mice are. This is a very wide open area. Can I go hassle this crow? Slow-mo crow? Warm coo! Oh no! Slow-mo crow! What is going on with you guys? Your place got demolished! Wow! Can we hear what's going on? Elmo gave Rita a tour of the cameras and wiring. She'd just been through a certificate program on public broadcasting at the community college, so no surprises there. Nikki showed her the video databank. James demonstrated the Saturn image processor, and then Ron came barreling in with an urgent expression. Oh. Rita had entered the public broadcasting program at Fishtrap Lake Community and Technical College with a vague desire to be a newscaster. I think this is in the past. One of her instructors got her excited about pirate television, and she followed threads through TV and active communities until she found herself here, somehow, volunteering at WEVP TV. It wasn't quite the radical guerrilla television crew she dreamed of joining. This group seemed more interested in sharing the town's home movies than culture jamming and interfering with corporate stations, but she liked focus on the local concerns. Ron's news was clearly bad news. Rita's heart sank a little as they listened. She knew things were unraveling, knew from experience what that looked like. Wouldn't it be nice to arrive at the beginning of something for once? But as she listened to Ron detail the power company's sudden withdrawal from town affairs, she heard other possibilities. She studied their faces and found concern for sure, but also something like relief, hope, and awakening of play. Nikki looked like she might have been daydreaming. These were people, Rita decided, ready to step out of the company's shadow and build something of their own. Ron said the TV station would still be funded by court order. Could that be their anchor? I mean, having some kind of an anchor would be handy when it looks like your building could have used one last night, trying to mimic a boat itself. Cuckoo! Ooh, what are you? Just the empty remains of a house, if you can consider that one. Ah, villagers. I bet he'll go sit right there. Cats always go to the shady, not the shady, but the warm places where the sun can hit them. 6 or 7 men stood in the sun about a dozen yards from the ditch, and he could hear them laughing. He tried not to hear them. Instead, he listened to the shovel punching through the dirt as he shaped the trench. It was wet dirt, mud really. It made hungry sound as he shaped the trench walls. Glare from the noonday sun made his sinuses tingle. The trench was a foot wide now. By the time he was done, he expected it to be about twice that, and run most of the way from the middle of town over to where it could drain off into the creek. The laughter quieted into greedy chuckles, and he could feel the men approaching. Why are they so intense? I thought everyone should be working together after a tragedy. Don't tragedies usually bring people together? I wonder if that was the stranger. Maybe. These greedy villagers are disappearing awful fast. That's more alarming. Are you fake too? ran right through him. But cats often run on a different level. Wow, I could go really far. Ah, nice little church. Nope, can't do anything over there. Yeah, that place seems to have been hit worse than a lot of the others, which are still wide open. Hey, you two. Who are you? Do I know you? Birds! Parrots! Pretty bird! George scanned the shelf. He quickly found the book he was looking for. There were only a few dozen left. More shelves than books now. The result of an experiment called New Selection. Privately, he called it The Purge. A Crystal Age, Anonymous, a fairly recent publication. George flipped through the pages for a minute. The binding was stiff. Fraser didn't trust anonymity. He had an almost pathological need to see everything clearly and plainly. Transparency. Fraser proposed and executed experiments just like any other community member, but his experiments had a scorched earth quality. They were all destructive. He moved from one area of community life to the next in search of excess to cut back. Lately, he turned his scythe to the library. The new selection meant decimating their store of books according to Fraser's own inscrutable criteria. Now, we are guaranteed something vital every time we take a book from the shelves. No more time lost to printed chaff. Fraser's colorless voice echoed in George's mind. He felt like spitting. Instead, he tucked the book under his arm and set off for the woods. So, seems like Fraser was not well liked. But at least George found a book. I guess all these animals got lost in the storm. Waffles weather. Greeting meow. Oh, are we greeting the human? Oh, hi, kitty. Oh, Rita, we would greet you. Where did you come from, huh? Follow a bird up here? Dragonfly, actually. Don't you see it? These folks, the ones who built this thing, they chase birds, too. Intrigued, meow. Tell me more, human. Really? That's what they wrote? They followed some migrating birds up here from Central America. Somewhere up to Florida. And then here. Skeptical meow. My kind of meow. Rita, well, that's what they wrote anyway. I guess it might have been a metaphor. Sad meow. There are so many birds if you look in the upper left corner. Just chilling out. Got the bird club over here. Are you really not going to react to that, kitty cat? I want to react to that. Hello there. Ezra. Wow, how'd you get out of there? Ezra, they must have been pretty nice pigs if you let you ride them like that. Flora, they were perfect gentlemen. Flora, I made myself as light as a feather and they didn't even know I was there. Ezra, then what happened? Ezra, you're lucky. Flora, then I found the library of television. Later I had to cross the desert of broken glass. Flora, there were TVs everywhere, and as soon as you walked in the door, every channel was playing at once. The sound was deafening, I bet. Flora, I had one eyeball pointed at a cooking show and the other at a crime show. Each tiny hair in my ear canal was listening to a different TV. There were so many voices, I kept hearing my name, but I couldn't figure out which TV set it was coming from. Flora, on one of the TVs, I saw the most terrible vision. I won't even describe it to you, not even if you beg me. It would give you nightmares. The name one kind of creeps me out more, so I'll go with that one. Ezra, wow, I'm glad you got out of there. Sounds scary, but also kind of cool. I agree, Ezra. Flora, exactly. I'll take you there sometime if you want. Flora, I'll never go there again, but you should check it out. Flora, did I tell you I discovered the place where all the garbage goes? Flora, I was traveling with some strange companions for a while too, but not as strange as yours. That just seems weird. How could we not know where the garbage goes unless it's like the migrating garbage that travels with nary a care? Flora, there was a strange woman who I think was a witch. A white rabbit followed me for a while. I feel like we've seen a white rabbit. Both of these sound intriguing. Let's do the rabbit though. He had a collar with a name tag, like a cat or dog, but it was written in a language I'd never seen before. The rabbit only stuck around for a few hours. He must have had other things to do. I spent most of the night in the company of a bus driver. By far my most memorable companions were the Martians. They were silly and lazy, and I think a little drunk, but I found them charming in their own way in the end. I had to lose them in a hedge maze. They were friendly, but very demanding. Ezra, I got to ride in a big truck and a tugboat. Ezra, I hung out with an old dog and some musicians. Flora, then we both had quite an adventure. Flora, wow, I'm jealous, but I won't let it ruin our friendship. Ezra, we should stick together. Ezra, well, maybe I'll see you at the museum sometime. Sticking together is always good. But who is Flora again? Oh, is this the kid Flora from the museum? Like, the one who had a crush on him? They might as well stick together. Flora, I agree completely. Flora, it's a nice idea, but you should stay with your friends. I think they still need your help. If you're really connected, you'll come back together again. But wow, Flora really did have quite an adventure. Be fun to play a game involving her adventure. I wonder if that's what's on their mind, because this is the last of this game, so I'm sure the makers are working on other pieces. Big bell. Ring, 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 ring. Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. Is there a limit to how far the cat can go? Yeah, the cat can't go out here, because the cat can't swim. Or maybe it can, but no cat would dare be found where it doesn't want to be. Oh, the man is gone who was with the horse. I wonder if we'd gotten here earlier if we could have heard him comment on it. Can we go up here at all? Knocking things over and we don't even know what it is. Any more we can knock over? Nope. I guess we just knock things over for the heck of it. Out here, kitty cat. Run through the walls. Catch me if you can. Oh wait. Was that the man? There's so many people to talk to. Oh, another horse. Ron, this shouldn't have happened. We should have been better prepared. Ron, all of us. Most of all that damn company who built this place and left it only half built when they pulled out of town. Damn shame. The power company, corruption at its finest. Hey gang, how you doing? Don't take my control yet? Clara. Just taking one last look. Clara, and now you'll return to Chicago. You said you were sketching, researching? Not much left to look at, is there? Yeah, I just came down to see this ancient earthwork. Oh, it's Maya from the intermission. Maya, I make stuff like this. Kind of. Clara, where do you exhibit it? With what materials? Maya, outside, out in the fields, forests, away from roads. I have one in the grass by an office park in Indiana. I think people sit on it and eat their lunch. I mean, that's pretty good use. Maya, it's beautiful, right? This big mound. Shan, why did they build this huge, dirt spiral? Oh, the dirt in the ground. Oh, the trench. The man who was digging the trench, that must have been somebody who dug the spiral. Maya, most of these ancient earthworks are thought to be burial mounds, but this one definitely isn't. To be honest, I don't know what it was for. Maya, it's just art. It's all just art. Keep on going, kitty. I see people up there we can go listen in on. We're quite a curious kitty. Hope nothing happens. Oh. What you doing over... Oh, so much to look at over here. The seer reclined high in a tree, carving fine details into a small wooden pipe. So we're peering into the past again. The past of this town. I mean, it seems normal that cats can see into the past. It would have been breaking immersion if a human were to do this. Oh, I forgot. I have to click on one. She'd done the bulk of the carving of her hazy mornings with the stoneworker. He smoked constantly. She only smoked when she was happy, or very sad, or bored. From this height, she could see the earth mover shaping the mound under the draftsman's supervision. She could see him inspecting his plan, the drawing he had made for her from her game, the map. Watch as it's just some part of some Dungeons and Dragons role-playing related in ancient time. Aw, no, I didn't get to hear you talking. Fudge. You pick one route and you lose the other route. Clara, this headstone has no name on it. Clara, who's this here? All I can read is better days. Better days ahead? Clara, they put their better days to rest here? Clara, better days for whom, though? The ones who died or the rest of the town? Clara, or maybe dreaming of better days once more before going into the ground. Who's to say for sure, Clara? Who's to say? Marianne, so not too sad. Nikki, no, I think it should be happy. Marianne, right. Nikki, it's a remembrance. Marianne, right. Nikki, like a monument. Marianne, totally. Nikki, so they should be represented with dignity and respect, of course. Marianne, of course. Nikki, but not to the point where it makes everyone feel like they have to be serious or they're standing under it. Nikki, does that make sense? Marianne, no, yeah, it definitely does. I think I have an idea. Nikki, great. Marianne, I'll just dig in. Nikki, thanks, Marianne. Marianne, happy to help. Smoke people from the past. Ben, think it'll rain anymore? Bob, nah. Did you guys finally finish your... Emily, I don't see any clouds. Finish working on that technology when the building fell down? Emily, it'll probably rain anyhow. True. Emily, just our luck. You guys have had some bummer luck. Assertive meow. Emily, oh really? Confident meow. Emily, he thinks it's going to rain again tomorrow, haha. Bob, nah. Ben, I don't know, man. Animals have a sense for the weather. You better listen to this cat. It's definitely telling you things. Okay. Ooh, this is an interesting house. Is that a person right there? It's hard to tell. We just went into the building. Paints and chalk in a small bag, diary in the large bag, a stuffed dog in the small bag, photograph of Chris in the large bag. No, in the small bag? Sandra couldn't decide. Should she keep the photo of her husband or should Alex keep the photo of his father? She wrapped the diary in a towel before stuffing it into her bag, feeling slightly silly doing it. Fraser had been on a tear collecting all written material as community property lately. She was sure he couldn't possibly have meant even a personal diary, but was she sure? I wouldn't be. She set everything down, closed her eyes, massaged her temples, and wondered, not for the first time, how Fraser had consolidated so much invisible power so quickly. How had he done it? Had he in fact done anything at all to claim this incredible lattice of influence? Or had they simply, blindly, given it to him? I'm sure they just blindly gave it to him. You don't want to think it's that way, so that person disappeared, eh? What are you on about, mischievous people? These kind of remind me of the buildings that were found in the museum. Ezra, will it something? Ezra, will it still fly? Clyde, oh yes, she just got banged up a little in the storm. Made it out relatively lightly, in fact. Clyde, I'll have her up and running again by this afternoon, I'm sure. It's pretty impressive. Ezra, can I fly it? Clyde, well, how's your upper body strength? Oh, you have to hold on. It's good. Really good. Clyde, this old girl is operated by pulleys. I mean, 100% mechanical. Well, if it's all mechanical. Clyde, well, except for the throttle. ... Ezra, I could do that. Don't put anything down on Ezra. He can do a lot. Clyde, I admire your confidence, young man. Clyde, yep, just a little bent metal. Clyde, I'll have her skyworthy again in a matter of hours. Are you just rambling now? Are you going to repeat? Nope. Ezra, wow. Clyde, I've been doing this a long time, kiddo. The cat is not impressed. The cat does not think people should be wandering into the sky for no reason. Denying their natural order. At first, they only observed the truck from a distance. It was an alien carcass, something that made more sense in death than in life. The company had dropped it off in the middle of the day when everyone was at the plant. They let it sit overnight, alone and strange. Nikki thought it was ridiculous, but Ron approved. To Elmo, the trunk was simply beautiful. He thought it was elegant. He liked the idea of passing it every day, observing it from different angles and distances. He didn't care if they used it or not. Anyway, there weren't any roads in town, unless you maybe counted the old airstrip. Everyone had to agree this was money and attention that would have been better spent addressing the town's drainage problems. Maybe finally get started on that damned messianic ditch. Still, they had a few things to dispose of: broken flower pots, empty glass bottles, clothes that didn't fit anymore. They gradually fell into the habit of collecting waste and carrying it to the truck. Once a month, some shadows would come in from the night woods and haul the garbage away on a cart. Oh, so when, Flora was talking about how she discovered where all the trash went, this is one of those places where they didn't know where the trash was going. That's understandable. Though if it was a cart, couldn't they have just followed the marks in the mud showing like, hey, I noticed people are always going with a cart on the left side of town, depending on how big this town is. It's pretty big, but is it that big that no one would notice? Mo. People are moving around and new options are available to talk to. Ezra, what kind of fish are those? Nikki to herself. They were beautiful animals. No, I should say they were beautiful souls. Simply that they were our neighbors. Oh yes, the horses. And they're free. I should say that they are free. I should focus on their character. Nikki, only what do I mean by free? Unburdened? Empowered? Question mark? Nikki tells her, sorry, I didn't see you there. New in town? You picked a hell of a day. Nikki to Ezra, oh, hello, sorry. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm writing something, sort of poem. Ah, this is the poem reader from the intermission. Nikki, who's it for? Is it happy or sad? I'd like it to be hopeful somehow, but it just keeps coming out sad. Come by this evening and hear it for yourself. This evening? Are we still going to be in town? Kat, have you found out where the address is yet? Is it in this town? This flooded town? Wanda snores softly. Meow. Cheerful meow. Wanda sleeps peacefully. Well, gosh, Wanda, thanks for helping out. The whole town's been demolished by a storm in one night, and you're just sleeping when there's hard work to be done. For goodness sake. Ah, here they are. I was like, where'd everyone go? I couldn't find anyone. Shan, well, the mailbox says 5 Dogwood Drive. Shan, do you hear music? For right here? Ezra, just birds singing. Clara, always. Clara, strange to say, but I feel like I've been here before. Anyone else? Clara, I think it's lovely. Emily, it just showed up. The house. Emily, oh, is this your place? Weird time for a new construction, but what do I know? Shan, when? Where did it come from? Who lives here? Emily, I haven't seen anyone. Emily shrugs. You know, shrugs are underutilized. They're very effective at conveying a lot in a little. I hear music. So is this the house we've been looking for? I thought it was a weird looking house. It's missing a couple walls. Shan, it feels warmer in here somehow, right? Ezra, nobody lives here? Junebug, warmer and brighter. Clara, strangely comfortable. Ezra, nobody lives here? Clara, it's actually quite spacious. Shan, well, somebody ordered some furniture. Junebug, if somebody does live here, they keep it pretty tidy. True. It's the day after a big storm. You would expect a white building like this to be covered in mud, considering all the mud on the ground. That's a weird noise. Feels like people breathing heavy. Clara, it's actually quite spacious. Junebug, nice. Ezra, you could fly a plane in here. Somebody's gotten hooked. Shan, bigger than it looks. Shan, the light in here is pretty great, actually. Clara, what this town needs is a kitchen. Yes, a good space to read a book. Shen, I could set up a new workshop here. Shen, I could fix TVs again or whatever people need. Hell, I could fix toasters. Shen, maybe work on that, big video synthesizer thing. Fix that up. Clara, one could really fit a lot of books in here. Clara, I'd love to perform in a place like this. At sunset? Are they, like, all becoming family in this little place? Shan, there's so much stuff just spread all over the place from the storm. Shan, I feel like I'm on a stage right now, actually. Know what I kind of mean, Bam? Junebug. Yeah, but who's the audience? Everybody's leaving. Junebug. Weird acoustics, like you get a little echoes before the sounds themselves. I like it. But the fact that two of them like it for the acoustics, like that's gonna disappear if they fill it up with books and machinery and other oddities. Shan, feels like it's time to move forward. Shan, we need to make sure and preserve some of this stuff before the next big storm. Clara, so whoever lives here next will know who came before. Clara, it may only be a show for the raccoons. Shan, you think more people will come after these people leave? Ezra, we could put on a play for all the animals. Junebug, people will come. There's something about this place. Shan, even if nobody else sets foot in this place, it's already crowded with ghosts. True. We saved what we could. Ezra, hey cat, I'll race you. Actually, well, finish this. Ezra, from here to that pile of mail, okay? Before we get into the race, we might just leave this off right here for right now. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you've enjoyed this so far. Number 5 in the series, and hopefully we continue to find out more because I'm only seeing more questions raised, but it feels nice. Anyways, see you in the next one soon. Bye!